Not your average sight in western Washington. Zebras on the loose in North Bend. Social media lighting up with posts as a neighborhood turned into a safari. Neighbors and law enforcement came together this afternoon to wrangle 3 of the animals that were free on the interstate tonight. 1 is still missing. Good evening, all. Thanks for joining us. I'm Michelle Esteban. KOMO's Jackie Kent has reaction from neighbors and what's next in this unusual case. Jackie?
As you can imagine, it was an exciting afternoon in North Bend, and we even spoke with one neighbor who saw the runaway zebras in her yard. Now that it's dark, animal control tells us it's relying on tips to find 1 zebra that's still missing.
So 1's still on the loose, 2 right down the street from me. We got zebras in April in North Bend.
The motion sensor on Whitney Blomquist's security camera alerted her to wild activity in her side yard.
Like, they start walking up my driveway and they make their way over to one of my rentals over here. You know, I've had plenty of bears in my front yard, but this was a new one for sure.
State Trooper Rick Johnson says 4 zebras got loose when a driver stopped to secure a trailer on eastbound I-90 near the North Bend exit while heading to Montana. This video from the Citizen app shows the zebras running in traffic. Drivers hit the brakes and pulled off to the shoulder. Trooper Johnson acknowledges that wrangling the animals was not part of state trooper training.
Once we get the other one, I guess I wouldn't say in custody, but back corralled. I mean, it is kind of a feel-good story. Like, hey, we've got 3 out of the 4 safe right now. And
that's where neighbors came into play by saddling up and ultimately helping to move the zebras to this pen.
And they had a rodeo clown who was on his way, I guess, to a rodeo or somewhere. He had his own horses with him at the moment, and they were using him to help corral. So we got zebras on the loose. We got a rodeo clown. I'm like, cool, we've officially turned into a zoo here.
3 zebras, including a baby or foal, made it safely onto trailers, animal control says, to head back to Montana after one unexpected afternoon. The King County Sheriff's Office also responded and says these zebras are privately owned, came from Montana, and will be heading back there. Animal control is urging anyone who sees this missing zebra to call them. For now, reporting in North Bend, Jackie Kent, KOMO News.
The talker of the weekend. Hopefully you saw this video online. Zebras on the loose in North Bend.
You can't help but kind of smile, right? Social media lighting up with posts as a neighborhood turned into a safari. Take a look at this post. Neighbors and law enforcement came together Sunday afternoon to wrangle 3 of the animals that were free on I-90. Animal control is relying on tips to help find 1 zebra that is still on the loose. Washington State Patrol Trooper Rick Johnson said 4 zebras got loose when a driver stopped to secure a trailer on eastbound I-90 near the North Bend exit while heading to Montana Sunday afternoon. KOMO's Jackie Kent spoke with one woman who saw the runaway zebras in her yard. The motion sensor on Whitney Blomquist's security camera alerted her to wild activity in her side yard. She explains how all kinds of efforts were used to get those zebras.
I walked down because I was curious if I could even make it out of my road, and sure enough, it's all blocked, and they had a rodeo clown who was on his way, I guess, to a rodeo or somewhere. He had his own horses with him at the moment, and they were using him to help corral the zebras. So they're like, yeah, you know, they're all officers and they're on the job, so they're just very calm, and they're like, yeah, we have the rodeo clown. He offered to help us out, and I'm like, you have a rodeo clown?
Anything that it takes to try to get them, right? So as we said, lots of posts about people getting pictures and videos. North Bend Weather posting this: only in North Bend will you find roaming zebras. Kiki getting a shot of those zebras. There it is, and asking, what are people doing with zebras?
And Trooper Johnson making this statement: this is the first for me and all troopers involved. The community has come together to help. If you are in North Bend, anywhere over there on the east side, keep your eyes peeled wide open for that zebra that's on the loose. This is just wild. I don't even know what they were doing in Montana. Were they on the way to a zoo? Do we know that?
Some property, I don't know.
We don't know the answers to those questions yet, but I would have been just stunned. Like, being that woman, Whitney, and seeing that wildlife activity, thinking it might be like a bear, like any other day, which is also wild, but to see some zebras native to Africa. Just kind of like
trying to get the gook out of your eyes and be like, am I seeing this right?
Do they have stripes? Those are not just like your average horse.
That's not a horse. Those are zebras that are going around the area just on the loose.
Yeah.
And who knows, the zebra could be long gone from North Bend by now. I don't know. Anywhere on the
Yeah.
east side, if you're over there and you see a zebra roaming around, pick up the phone and maybe call the state patrol or Fish and Wildlife or something like that, just
animal
to get those
control.
corral animal control, that sort of thing. But what a wild scene. And when I saw that on social media yesterday, I was like, wow,
Wait,
that's new.
I had to do a double check. I was like, wait, did I read that right?
Yeah, scary for the zebras. And obviously the big concern is you want to get all of them back, corralled and that sort of thing. But hopefully they find that last one. Hopefully it's okay too.